Alright, warriors, reactors are online. We are on the ground with a stand-up defender. Another standard issue, we've got to kill half of them before they kill half of us. More on that in a moment. Mission. This time we're the defender. This is the renewed part of that Draconis offensive on the raid on Sabik we're doing. And they have brought no reinforcement this time. But before we see exactly what we're dealing with, let's see if we can't bring anyone else. We do have two unattached crews on this mission. We actually do have one other option, come to think of it. So, with that new point of strategy that Commander Koby recently got, I forgot to point out one new personnel that we have added to our list. An infantry unit. We have an infantry unit here that is currently under the command of let's see here, where is she? Rank? Yeah, Rima Idris. Rima Idris has brought her foot platoon rifle and is currently doing military operations for us in terms of scouting and preparation. What this effectively boils down to is each week that we have an encounter, this particular infantry unit can roll a 1d6, and if they roll a 6, we can just immediately win one of our encounters. They laid the groundwork, they did the scouting, they figured out the way to counter the enemy before a single shot was fired, outmaneuver them, just convince the enemy to go ahead and retreat. Really cool, but it gives us just the option. I probably won't want to pick it this week because well, I guess it would depend on what we're actually fighting. I can take a look at that before I see anything, before I decide yay or nay. So that is an extra option that we now have at our disposal. Uh, for every point of strategy that a commander has, they can field one of these infantry units doing one of these operations. This one is one of the most beneficial when you're just starting out because it allows you to kind of pick and choose your battles. And if we'd had this earlier, I'll guarantee you there were some battles that I would have just skipped if we had gotten lucky enough to get that result. Other things they can do, if they're fast moving enough, they can be involved in search and rescue operations, which mean that once a week for every team that you've got running those, a dead pilot is actually just recovered with 5 wounds. Turns out that they were actually all right. You can have them doing recovery operations, which are extremely dangerous. Each week, the team rolls a d6. If it comes up with a 6, you get a bonus roll. You could recover things like extra parts, some new minor civilian vehicles, or even civilian mechs. But if they roll a 1, they're destroyed. They were lost in action. That would be pretty sad. There's also the opportunity to crud, what was the fourth one? Uh, Quality stream, quality stream. The guy who's playing this absolutely knows what he's doing and doesn't need to constantly refer back to his giant set of notepads. Guard, right? Just standard issue. If you have a platoon in guard, it can deploy in any defensive battle, even if the lance was not in defend. So, for example, this current one that we're in is a defender mission. We could have deployed that infantry unit along with it, but this infantry unit is just a bunch of people with rifles, so that would not be terribly impressive, not going to lie. They'd probably just get stuck in the mud. Um, so that's a little bit of extra firepower that we've got going into this. Not actual firepower, but a little bit of flexibility that we might have. But I mention that mostly because we're about to roll a chock full of dice. So first off, let's see if we actually have the option of just straight up ignoring this operation. Roll 1d6. It's a 5. No, we do have to fight this one. If it had been a 6, we have the option. Now, we also have 2 undeployed units. Firebrand and Big Sky are both unattached to missions this week, so they both could show up as reinforcements. Big Sky is in fight mode, so it would need to get a 6 to show up. It does. Big Sky is going to be able to come along on this mission. Firebrand is in a scout role. That means that on a 5 or a 6 they can show up. Oh, oh, damn, Draconis. You fucked up. You fucked up. Now, let's not get too cocky, but this does mean that we can deploy Big Sky Lance and Firebrand all to this new fight that we've got. So let's see what the Draconi are bringing. Let's hope that they've actually decided to go all in, because so did I. Well, it could be lighter. So it looks like this is kind of what the enemy managed to scrape together. A fire starter, 2 Phoenix Hawks, and a Centurion. That's not anything to sneeze at. The Phoenix Hawk is a nice balanced mech. It's got a large laser, some medium lasers, some machine guns. It's a good all-rounder medium mech. The Centurion, we've got one of. It's got a packing an AC-10 and decent speed and armor for a medium, so it can be a nice sniper. Fire starters we've seen before. They're mostly an energy-based mech. They've got some flamethrowers and other shit that mostly makes them an anti-infantry mech, but they can also make themselves a pain in the ass for mechs by heating them up. And of course, they're bringing the standard procession of vedettes and a prowler, which, what the heck does this guy have? LRM-10, SRM-2, paramedium lasers. Nothing crazy, but, it's something. Now, our Lyran allies are sending. Wow! Looks like they actually decided to send some mediums along for this one, too. Maybe they've had a bit of reorg and realized, hey, if we keep sending out those trash cans, they're going to keep exploding. The Vulcan is a pretty light mech, but it's very speedy and difficult to hit. We saw that before on that mission I'm not talking about. And the Centurion is just another Centurion, although this one is an AL. I believe that's not the standard model. I want to say that replaces the AC-10 with a large laser? Yes. Replaces the AC-10 with a large laser, adds a couple extra heat sinks. Not as long range, not as much damage, but it's a little more dependable and means that it's slightly less likely to blow up. Although it's still packing 2 tons of LRM-10 ammo in its left torso, so it's still going to blow up. Hopefully it doesn't, though. So, hang on. I just want to take a moment for this guy in the Vulcan. Galong Gioyo Posipito. Damn. That guy's a brave man for holding on to that name. In any case, we've got everyone coming on this mission. Bit of overkill, but, well, actually, there is no such thing as overkill. Fight is on a moveless night. I hate that. That's going to that worked out really well for Commander Koby, but Commander Koby is hardcore. Not everyone in the team is quite so hardcore. I'd prefer to have clear shots. So let's see. Dusk Dawn. It's going to be -1 to hit on everybody, but no mobility penalties. Let me think about this a moment. So coastal isn't too bad. We're going to have a seaport, which means one half of the map will be covered in water, or roughly something like that, and it'll have some urban buildup. But I'm not too bothered by that. That seems okay to me. Clear weather, the map size is fine. I don't really see any reason to re-roll any of these. I'd prefer it to be a bright day. Is that possible? Yes, it is possible. Excellent. Good work, Commander. Now that said, coastal's okay, and seaport's alright, but seaport is going to have some buildup of urban stuff, and with the enemy's low-hanging prowlers and stuff, and some of our bigger mechs, that's just going to give us problems with moving around. It might be great if instead of a seaport, it was something that was a little more open. A rubble river, that's going to have some rubble on it that's going to give piloting problems, slow people down, but it should be some pretty open lines of sight for us to lay down fire at long range. We do have a definite range advantage on the enemy. The Phoenix Hawks are carrying larges, and those vedettes do have their AC-5s, but we have just a piss load of fire that happens at long range. So Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. Yeah, this looks good. Let's get mechs on the ground and see how long these enemies can last. Ah, interesting point. So, right now we have to destroy 50% of the enemy forces, which they've got 8 guys. We have to destroy 4 of them. Some of those might be tanks. We need to keep more than 50% of our units operational, which that actually does translate to 50%. I was being kind of liberal with previous missions with that, but that is supposed to mean just flat 50%. Except now that he's got a point of strategy, that adjusts the amount of values that you need to keep alive by 5%. But that does mean that if it was just us and our allies, like Central with its 4 and allies with 6, rather than being defeated on 3, we'd be defeated on when 4 drop down, because we'd need to keep more than 55%. No, uh, keep more than 45% of our units operational, which would be 4 mechs, not 3. And now that we've got 12 of us coming in and 2 more, so 14, we need to have 8 of our guys knocked out. So they would have to take out 1 mech for every unit they've brought before we're going to run. Which, if they do that, I think I'm quitting. Anyway, let's get mechs on the ground. That's on Saturday. We won't have much time to repair damage done. That pisses me off, but let's try not to take any damage. Connecting! Connecting! Dink, 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 dink. Look at that. Just look at that. The entire group, minus the guy on the urban mech, is out on display. Oh, there is nothing more beautiful. Now, it's going to take 6 turns for a lot of these guys to show up, 7 for some of our slower ones. The Wasp is actually supposed to be. Oh, no? Oh, right. I guess the fact that it's in a fight lance. No, this one is in the scout lance? Deploy before round 7. Oh, maybe it has to do with the strategy ratings of the commanders? Look, I don't know. Some of these guys are going to show up in round 6, some of them on round 7, and I will honestly be surprised if we go that long. But the important thing is that they're being deployed to this mission, which means that they're going to get an XP from it. If we win it, let's go win it. I'm done. Put me on the ground. That's pretty spread out in deployment, but a lot of these aren't actually getting deployed right now. So let's just, I can't interpret this right now. Let's just see what happens. This is pretty excellent. This is what I was looking for. There's some vegetation built up around here that's, slightly against my desires. But, oh, okay, we're fighting along this axis. And our ally has deployed in this depth 1. Now it's depth 1, and these are level 0s. This is just a little shallow creek. That is not going to stop anyone from traversing it, and it's not going to stop anyone shooting over it. That's pretty ideal. First thing we're deploying is Corporal Isra Adams, Isra Adam, I believe that's Babe. Yeah, that's Babe, in her Wolverine. So moderate range. What do we have from the enemies so far? So far they've just deployed their fire starter and prowler up in this corner. Well, hell, I'm not going to look like a coward in front of the enemy. Deploy that Wolverine front and center. Let's start trekking towards the enemy. Just kind of twist that way. Fighting left to right is slightly more of a pain than fighting up and down because of the way hexes work. But we'll manage. We'll manage. Next up, we've got the Centurion by Pugs. Pugs are untested but extremely talented natural aptitude gunnery pilot. This is going to be the burger of our campaign. I actually I may have offended Pugs by comparing her to Burger. I'm so sorry. We don't have to literally pour you into a mech. Some weird graphical shit going on there, but don't worry about that. Stalker, Commander Koby, front and center. We're just going to kind of cruise across the river this way. And it looks like the enemy's kind of deploying to face me there. So we are just going to meet them right here. We're going to run across this this riverbed, engage them here, and we're going to show them why they needed to not fuck with me today. Yep, mostly enemy Centurion, bunch of the Phoenix Hawks. These guys are the only outliers. And so lastly, our Ostsal, piloted by Gerald Areda Zero. I told you I'd learn these names. Has mech on the ground. Only one of the enemy Phoenix Hawks acts for any of our guys, and I think looking at our list, he'll act before or act after two of ours that are currently deployed will. So it looks like the enemy is coming straight up for us, and I kind of wondered if they'd do that or try to hang back. If they tried to hang back, I was gonna see if I maybe couldn't wait for reinforcements, but I probably couldn't because of these two dipshits. So let's just get moving, quick like right off the bat. Centurion is pretty slow for a medium. It's only got speed 4, 6 run. Uh, Typical is 5, so kind of slow, but the LRM 10 has a bit of range, and that AC 10 has pretty good range. It's got range just as high as a large laser, for instance, and has more punch than a large laser, causes less heat. AC 10s are pretty good, uh, except they're kind of really heavy tonnage wise, and then they take up, so then you have to dedicate ammo. So it's a balance issue. Quite frankly, the autocannons have always been a little weak in the meta, but there's some minor tweaks that I've already gone ahead and incorporated into this campaign that help make up for that somewhat. Anyway, we're not going to be shooting at each other for this turn at least. We need to make a piloting check on that rubble, but if I remember correctly, Zero should be able to make that automatically. Not automatically. He'd need to make a 3. There is a very small chance that he'd fail that. Why take the small chance? Why even bother? Why not just set yourself up for a nice conga line, because that blocks the 4 movement of our commander. So what if instead we just kind of do this, and that comes up online with a Centurion, because that's just going to run us into more rubble down the way. Okay, didn't think this one out perfectly, but there we go. That looks pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, and the Wolverine should be able to just run right past. No worries. There we go. And our Vulcan is running straight up into the enemy's jaws. I don't think that they're going to be able to target him this turn, but, you know, Jesus. Anyway, uh, moving up the Stalker, lickety split. Wolverine is going to take the lead. It's heavily armored enough to take it. And I'm pretty sure if these guys are out of LRM range, there's nothing we're packing that's going to hit them. None of us have artillery. Oh god, I'd love to get my hands on some artillery. Yeah, no shots this turn. But this time, Wolverine number 2, I think, is Babes? Pretty sure that's Babes. So Babe will have to go before that fire starter, but that's about it. Oh wait, Babe isn't even deployed yet. No wait, Babe is totally deployed. No wait, no she's not. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Babe is totally deployed. Yep, 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 yep. What was I thinking? Anyway, we will be slowed down a bit in this water. Uh, Although Babe might not have to be because she could just jump jet it. But you know what? F it. I don't want to put her too far out ahead. There's no real reason to. She'd have to make some piloting checks for getting across that water. Uh, they're not too bad, and if she messes them up, it will. I don't think it causes a fall. I just think that it prevents movement. Unfortunately, the cramped cockpit of that Wolverine makes it uh it's still pretty likely for her to succeed. Oh, to hell with it. Just jump it. Why take risks when there's literally no reason to? Now, quick check. Are you going to be within large laser range? Yes, you'd be within large laser range of that Phoenix Hawk. That means it would be in range of you. It ran, you ran, it'd be at extreme range. This guy's a 4-5, you're a 4-4. So that means that you've got the same shooting. You pretty much yeah, okay. Just no engagement this turn. There's no reason to yet. We'll wait until we can focus our fire. Friendly Vulcan is jumping into the middle of the enemy fire. Where's that self-preservation I saw from the bot earlier? Damn it. Centurion's gonna have some trouble getting into the water, looks like. That's unfortunate. And it does not have jump jets, so this might be a bit more of a difficult crossing than I thought. I thought Depth 1 didn't give this many problems. Looks like our allied Centurion is having similar issues. It's just kind of trapped there. Well, we can get in position for our boss to be able to make a crossing on a following turn. Chunk. And our Ostsal is also going to get into position. I explicitly made sure that we weren't in range. We might be in some LRM fire range, but that would be about it. Yeah, we've got some LRM shots from the Centurion. Really, well, they would be really bad if it weren't for the fact that she's such a damn crack shot. What about that VDET? If we manage to land a shot with on the VDET, we're currently hitting its side, and so that could proc some crits. We ignored tanks before to our disgrace, so let's not do so. We've got shots, let's take them. We've got Samuel over here, taking a look at this VDET. Now, this is bad shots, but it's only made kind of good because Commander Koby's making them, but yeah, I don't think that that's worth taking, unfortunately. I know Commander Koby's cool, but oh, fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. He's Commander Koby. He can work miracles. He's done it before. And we do not have anything close for the Ostsal. Yep, nothing hit. That's all right. I'm okay with a whiff turn right now. No heat gained. Uh, they're regularly getting one guy that rolls really well and one of ours that rolls not so hot, but I'm okay with that. Most of them are rolling pretty piss. So they're going to have to move nearly everything except a tank. Looks like they are moving to engage that Vulcan. So if we can get range on their Phoenix Hawk that's kind of jumped to the... Oh, please, please, please do not. Would prefer against that. Alright, let's get into that water. Gotta make the crossing. Move, people, move. Yep, that's an automatic for Zero. Zero's got this. Wolverine. Wolverines. That Vulcan is probably going to take the bulk of the shots, but if I need to stay on the move to kind of ensure that. If I creep like this, I can get my medium lasers and large lasers in medium range on this Phoenix Hawk and just focus fire as much as I can with my elements that are entering the water to see if we can't knock this sucker the fuck out. He ran really far, so we're at some penalties, but we've got some pretty crack shots on our team. So I think that's going to be the best option. And this will cover me from some of the enemy fire I could take and also move me pretty fast. So yeah, let's go. Vroom. Stalker Fug apparently needs a full 4 points to enter the water, so he's just kind of spinning in place. It's just like last match all over again, but he's got range on this sucker anyway, so he'll be able to contribute. Zoop. Centurion sloshes into the water. is going to have to make an automatic, we're good. Yes, the Centurion is easy to pilot. It is an exceptionally well-balanced mech. So, no problem. Showing off there, I guess. Anyway, yeah, we did make sure that all of those are guaranteed. We will want to try to deploy the rest of our elements over here, not only to get a flanking, but to just avoid having to deal with that water nonsense. Over here, the Ostsal can lay down some fire. Not particularly accurate fire, but by sitting in the water, we get a heat discount. We can actually sink 4 additional points of heat over what we normally could. So we can actually fire both these large lasers totally heat-free. Just a quick check on these Vidette. Yeah. Focus fire on the Phoenix Hawk, hope for some good hits. Outside of medium laser range, unfortunately, but hey, 2 free laser shots, totally soaked by heat. Zoop. Over here, we can get some large laser shots over on it. Dump a large laser, and dump a medium laser, why not? Don't bother with the extra medium laser, I need you to keep your heat kinda down, and it's not likely to hit. Commander, what do your shots look like? They look pretty damn hot. God, you're just those numbers are so delightful. All right, lay that fire down on that sucker. Show him why he shouldn't have underestimated Commander fucking Koby. Hell, even good shots on the LRM. Oh, that's because it's in medium, not long range. Haha. Missiles away. And over here, we've actually got AC-10 shots on this guy. And LRM 10 shots. This is why that gunnery skill is so damn good. That's a 9 to hit. Normally that's like a 20%. She just turns it into a 52%. Oh, God. Alright, so the AC-10, we got 20 shots of that. Fuck it. Fire it all. Send flak downrange. See how much we can lay on this sucker, despite how cool he felt for coming up to kick our Vulcan. Alright, enemy Centurion fires LRM-10 at our Stalker and misses. Enemy Vidette actually manages to land a shot on Babe. Babe just takes a lot of heat. Ugh. Enemy Phoenix Hawk fires all of its weapons at Babe also, despite the fact that there's a guy right next to it. But misses all of those shots because he needed pretty hard rolls. Friendly Vulcan fires at the Phoenix Hawk right next to him and whiffs entirely. He is a nub. But, they needed hard rolls. Enemy Phoenix Hawk fires at our Wolverine, needed hard rolls, misses all of them. Friendly Centurion misses LRM-10s at the Phoenix Hawk. All of these 11s and 10s people needed. In fact, this was even a 9, so they rolled high. Can't wait to see what our numbers are. Well, okay, we didn't expect these to hit, really, because we're still kind of at long range. Enemy Vidette needed 10, missed. Our Wolverine needed 11s, missed. Now, real work. Commander Koby manages to land one of his large lasers, strips some of the armor off of the left arm of that Phoenix Hawk, misses with his other large laser, but then his LRM-10 hits, and all 10 of them manage to land on target, stripping 5 from center torso and left leg. Then, Pugs misses with the AC-10, but her LRM-10 also hits. 3 of those missiles manage to punch through the rest of the armor on the left arm, getting into internal structure. Guy took 20 damage, needed to succeed on piloting. He did, and he's still up. But we've stripped more than 20 damage off of him this turn. A good start. A good start. And then they kind of whiff at each other. Friendly Lyran needs 11. Do not roll to kick when you need 11. When you need 7 to stay standing. Do not do these things. Lyrans, you're fucking killing me. You are all incompetent. I just need to, I need to vent on some Steiner cronies right now. Alright, Now we've got that initiative hammered down. Their whole team has to move before we move a single one of our guys. So what's the play? Moving tanks up fast. Moving their Phoenix Hawks to the side. That Centurion is kind of keeping its distance. This Vulcan is in the middle of a bang bus, and I hope to God he realizes it and isn't like, ho ho, I could flank this Phoenix Hawk. That's worth. Bazinga. I need a laugh track or something. Just something I can trigger on the side. Alright, let's keep slogging through the water. We've got guaranteed rolls on getting forward, so just keep moving. Stalker enters the water. He's guaranteed. Osal keeps moving through. Is that grossing anyone out? Do not want the Wolverine to be in the middle of this much fire. Not a fan of that. If I instead kind of move around here, well, shit, still can be seen. What about around here? Yeah, that's a little better. Here, can't be seen by as many of the enemies. Can't see that Prowler, but can get some lasers on this Centurion. Not great lasers, but enough to kind of distract at least that Centurion and maybe pull some of its fire. And set up for a flanking maneuver where we can just kind of jump on whatever enemy's distracted. I've kind of pushed Babe out too far, and she's already taken some shots from it, so don't want to push things too much. We are good at running through water, go figure. Alright, what can you do, pugs? This Phoenix Hawk did not move enough. He kinda dithered about, and as such is exposed. Now, we have better shots on these vedettes. Well, actually, no, we don't. Those vedettes, we have just the same shots. This guy just did not move far enough. So he's made himself a target, even though he's at long range. But he's going to be at medium for these missiles. And is he within... He's not within medium laser range, sadly. Could put more shots on this chump. Oh, right. We only get that discount for heat sinks that are currently in the mech's legs when it's submerged one. So those all has some of its legs. The Centurion does not. Sad but true. We could... So instead of that, I think we're going to put some more shots on this Phoenix Hawk. This is the one that we already stripped some armor off of anyway. And if we can land an AC-10 on it, that would be gravy. So let's get that AC-10 rattling, fire off some LRMs, and not bother with doing the medium laser. That'll just give us some more penalties that we don't really need. Commander, what can you get range on? Lots of things. You can help pick on this Phoenix Hawk's a 5. Long range, but a 5. 80% to hit. Let's have you rattle off those long range at this Phoenix Hawk. Help kind of nail him to the ground and make him regret not moving enough. We can also get your LRM-10 jangling. Oh, you've got heat sinks in your leg too. Hell, I may just park you and the Ostsal in the water. Fuck it. I mean, the enemy would have some clear shots, but the heat sink that you'll guys have going may totally be worth it. Rattle off some of those missiles into this guy too. And then for your medium lasers are just out of range of that VDAT, sadly, so you aren't going to be able to get any of those hopping. Sad story, but true. Let's take it to that Phoenix Hawk instead. Focusing fire. This Phoenix Hawk did not move enough. Make him regret it. Make him regret it a lot. More lasers. I need more lasers. I have a fever, and the only solution is more lasers. Could then put... nah. No. The penalty, I believe, for taking a secondary target... Actually, no, I don't think that it does. I don't think that it applies to the first target, just to the secondary. And both of these guys are in my front arc, so that guy is easily a candidate. So I think I could take these shots, and might as well, as long as the water is giving me some heat sink. So, Yeah, let's double check those numbers. I believe that the earlier shots were at like an 8, so if they show up as a 9 on the roster, that'll help prove it, but I'm pretty sure that that's how it works. Down here, we can just get some shots on either this Vedette or this Centurion. The Centurion is actually shootable at a 8. This Vedette would be much more difficult to hit. So we'll put a large laser on him, put a very unlikely but may as well medium laser on him, and call it a day. So what do we got? Enemy Phoenix Hawk whiffs at our friendly Vulcan. Good. He's going to need all the whiffs that he can get to survive the dumbass. Vedette misses us. Good. Vedette misses us. Good. Uh, Enemy Centurion misses us. Excellent. He's not going to miss those LRM shots forever. We probably will take some LRM from him eventually, but at these shots, it's looking like he's not terribly accurate. Enemy Vedette misses. Excellent. Enemy Phoenix Hawk misses. They focused a lot of fire on my Ossaw, but it was a lot of crappy fire. Friendly Vulcan actually manages to get some shots on the rear armor, or right arm, actually. Right arm of that Phoenix Hawk. I think the one that we were picking on? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the one that we were picking on. Its AC2 misses, but it manages to get some machine gun hits on that sucker, tear some armor off of its rear, so it's got an exposed left-right torso. Our Centurion manages to land an AC-10 shot on its right torso, strips a lot of armor, manages to then get that LRM-10 launching. 8 of those missiles hit and do some damage to the left arm, knock out its internal structure, disable its machine gun and its lower arm. So that's a little less weaponry for that Phoenix Hawk to use. Our Stalker Commander gets firing, lands 2 shots with large lasers right on that right arm. Zap, zap, arm is destroyed. Oh, right, and that's the left arm that was destroyed. So all of the, in fact, that's most of the weapons that are on that Phoenix Hawk. It may be effectively disabled and need to flee, because it had weapons in its right arm, and I blew up one of the weapons in its left arm, and that damage transfers to its right torso, and an LRM-10 then does some more damage to its center torso. That sucker's getting fucked up. Yeah, we've got another large laser landing on him. That was an 8, and it was still an 8. So yeah, that is how secondary targeting works. Friendly Centurion manages to also get some missiles on that Phoenix Hawk. He is having a bad day. He's taken 20 punch damage, but he manages to keep his feet. Our Wolverine missed their unlikely shots. I'm not too put out by that. Babe gets a rough deal a lot of the time. Her jump jets kind of get her into more trouble than they help, but you know, she loves fighting. That's why she signed up. She just loves killing people. Our friendly Vulcan needs to really stop this. You need to stop. You have a problem, and the problem is that you are a fucking shit bird. You don't belong in a mech. Go back to doing janitor work, you fucking nub. Oh, God. So angry. So angry at Lyrans. Alright. Good initiatives, good initiatives. Let's see here. This is round 5, so I think some of my guys might be showing up this time. It's either now or next turn. Next turn, looks like. Next turn. Enemies all clustering up around that Vulcan. Jesus Christ, I hope that he figures out that he's being targeted. Quick question, did that... Shut up. No, I don't see a withdraw command, so apparently that Phoenix Hawk doesn't think that he's fucking doomed yet. That means that he's kind of an idiot, but, you know, who am I to judge? Question here, park the Ossaul here, take advantage of the cooling, or keep pushing forward? Well, right now we're kind of exposed, and as much as it was hilarious to watch Commander Koby park and knock out all of those guys, in general, you want to keep moving. Try to deny the enemy good hits, because Even though that extra heat is nice, I don't want to be a sitting duck. So, by just kind of powering forward, that'll get me some good negatives on enemy hitting, put me in medium range, and will that be within? Yeah, that will just be within medium laser range, so I can maybe get a little bit of that in play too. So, let's move up, and that's still going to put him within a lot of hurt range, but that's a good point, but there's really not a lot that can be done about that, and that's kind of how I wanted to play this anyway. Take advantage of our supreme ranged firepower. So yeah, move up, you can take it, you've got some decent armor, you're a heavy mech. You emerge onto the sand and get ready to engage. Yep, you're fine. Shoof. Come on, you shitbird. And what are you doing? You deployed out here because you're a fucking coward and you're an idiot. Mixtures of cowards and idiots is definitely what I've been seeing from the Lyrans on this. You are a shitbird. You moved 3 spaces. Now, actually, granted, that may not have been the stupidest move in the world. Yeah, that actually covers him from a lot of that enemy fire, and still allows him to get eyes on that Phoenix Hawk. So maybe he did take a moment to consider all the choices he'd made in life and realized, wait a minute, shit, it's all so clear now. I'm a fucking shitlord. We'll be able to put large lasers on this Phoenix Hawk again. That's excellent because I love bullying him. I've got an addiction to it at this point. So let's keep scooting up. Yeah, he can do it. Don't worry about it. This is a bit of a tougher choice. All of these guys deployed pretty much with the intention of picking on my Wolverine. If I instead scoot here, most of the guys that had that idea won't be able to target her, but these vedettes will, and this guy will. And I can't move a hell of a lot. What was the spot that I just picked that was, like, actually blocked? Right, it was actually going back here. And that won't be moving a lot. The total amount moved is measured not by, like, how much you actually move on the board, more the distance from your starting hex to your ending hex. So if I, like, backed up here and then did like this, that still only counts as 2 spaces of movement. You don't get any points for fancy 3-point turns. Instead, I think maybe the best thing to do right here is to kind of work to invalidate a lot of the shots that they'd be putting down range. That's going to attract some more shots at these guys that are kind of out in the open, but you know what? Yeah, that would attract more shots on the guys out in the open. Instead, by kind of walking here, I can pull some shots, but I'm behind some pretty heavy cover against a lot of them. In fact, yeah, I think that will be my move. I probably could have done that without running, but, whatever. So over here, we've still got bully range on this Phoenix Hawk, and some okay shots. But he finally moved enough this turn that it wouldn't be a guaranteed thing. This fire starter, I have to wonder. What's the armor on that thing? Pretty light on the limbs. A large laser would strip all the armor off of these legs, would strip and go into critical on the arms, but it's got a decently armored torso, so it can take some shots from this Ostsal. We could target him since he did not move terribly far, and so that means we've got some pretty decent large laser shots on him. This Centurion is a pretty heavily armored mech and is in the same position, so we could put some shots on him to start stripping him down, or we could just start knocking out vedettes. Like this vedette here did not move much at all. This vedette moved a bit more, but the VDET under him didn't. I'm getting that problem again of my greed. Because I'd love to take home some mechs, and every tank I blow up is a mech I didn't blow up. Alright, alright, alright. Learn from my frickin' mistakes. Take some shots at the VDET over here. I don't know if that'll count as side shots, but it might. And that could track them. So take those shots. Take that, and I guess leave it at that. No point in overheating on these shots yet. The Centurion, you though, because you have high accuracy, I want you to be bullying this Phoenix Hawk. You've got, ugh, 11. Your LRM-10 has a pretty good chance of landing shots on him, 52%. AC-10, not so much. It's still 20%. That's like, you know, roughly 16 through 20 on a D20. Yeah, yeah, let's take those shots. They're not great, but I do want to knock that guy out and take home at least some Phoenix Hawk parts. That would make my day. And in order to further make my day, Commander Koby, show him the meaning of his futile life. Uh, Not great shots there. So instead, let's help this tracking maneuver. And I don't think his mediums are in range of anything, so. Over here, we've got lots of shots and all of them are garbage. But can we get something on... Yeah, we got that VDET that hadn't moved much. We could get just a large laser shot on that. That's kind of okay. Now, the reason these shots are piss are because we've hidden ourselves behind shitloads of cover. So, you know, we've got piss shots, but then hopefully so does the enemy, you know? So that's what I'm gambling on. We'll wing out these things. They're not likely to hit, but you're just pretty much distracting the enemy right now. Let's be honest. Enemy VDET fires at our Centurion, misses on a pretty likely one. We are going to take some hurt this turn. That's just a given. Yep, right there. Needed only a 7 on that Wolverine, despite all the cover that she's behind. That may not have worked out quite like I thought. Yeah, Centurion's taking damage, so those VDETs are firing. This is why I said we can't underestimate them. We do need to start working on taking them out. Enemy Centurion misses our Ossaul with its AC-10. I'm fine with that. Does hit with the laser and LRM-10, but that could be much worse. And that's a pretty lucky shot with its medium laser, but, you know, you'll get those. Took a little bit of armor on our little... took a little damage on our little armor paddles. No big. The Prowler got an extremely lucky, well, not extremely, but a pretty lucky hit on our Centurion too. I think we might be looking at 20 damage on that Centurion. Not great, but, you know, it's kind of what I was expecting. Enemy Phoenix Hawk manages to miss, then zap our friendly Vulcan, because he's a, you know, well, okay, this is the only guy that can target him, so that's at least something. Firestarter missed my Ossaul. My Ossaul manages to take one of those tanks out temporarily because a right side critical zaps the crew and they're going to be stunned for a turn. So no shots from that guy next turn. My Centurion manages to, unfortunately misses that AC-10. That was pretty likely, but manages to land that likely LRM-10 shot and strips a little more armor off of that Phoenix Hawk that we're bullying. Friendly Vulcan targets that fresh Phoenix Hawk and puts a little bit of zap on him. Friendly Centurion has turned himself into a missile boat, and that's not what your mech's designed for, you idiot. Large laser strips a little more off that Phoenix Hawk that we're zapping, and Commander Koby pulls another miracle. zaps the track, shoots the track with some missiles, and renders it immobile. So that thing is going to be out of the fight. And we've got a little bit of a motive system damage on that Vedette on a lucky shot by Babe. Excellent work, Babe. Now, we should have some reinforcements coming. I'd love to see the Draconis sweat on this one. What do we have? We've got Meta Allen, sassy, coming in from the south. Let's see here. This should let her go. Chong, 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 chong. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. We've got the Hermes 2 with Sergeant Numair Saeed. I believe he was Dizzy? Dizzy, I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Hell yeah, Dizzy. Put him... No jump jets, so put him kind of back here. His mech is more lightly armored, and that'll put him right along that blocking tree cover line. But he should be able to run into a good position, maybe over here in these trees, and take some long-range zaps. Trebuchet over here, I just kind of want to embed him in these trees up here and start taking Trebuchet shots. That's going to be Hog, our only Free World League mech pilot. And the Shadowhawk by Umrana Corsani. Yeah, this is small. So called because that's, how big her number of hits are. She had a little bit of extra time to work in the simulator. I'm sure that she's gotten the kinks out of her mech now. I kind of want her up in this same cover, putting shots downrange. And next turn, we get some more heavy shit and some lighter shit. Alright, we've taken out one of the enemy. We just need to take out 4 more. And it looks like that Phoenix Hawk that we've been bullying is now tired of life and is demanding that we put some shots on him. We've got a fire starter, and that Prowler is going to be able to move after this. A little bit of shifting like so should put it so that we are within short range of this Phoenix Hawk, but that's 1, 2, 3 outside of his medium laser range, or at least for short. Going to be outside of our medium laser range too, but I'm okay with that. I've got large lasers. I want to zap him bad. And that moves me 4 hexes, which should be worth a +2 to their shots. So still kind of out in the open, but anything that's back here is going to have trouble. This guy's going to have trouble because of these trees. These two won't have as much trouble, and this fire starter could run to flank me, but if he does, I'm going to jump my Wolverine on his ass and just start pounding. Babe's going to pound him. Going to take him to Pound Town. It's my turn to move again with this Wolverine piloted by Meta Allen Sassy. Sassy just wants to run straight up and get into the fight, start putting shots on chumps. She doesn't even care who. If it's an enemy, it's fucking dead as far as she's concerned. Rar. Uh, Dizzy is going to take things a little more tactically. He's got a fast-moving mech, so he can get a little bit of distance. He's got an AC-5 that he can use to kind of snipe with, and that position would just get him into sniper shot with a walk. He wouldn't be able to do anything else, but that's not terrible. And on a following turn, he could move up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which I think is his run, and that would get him into that tree line, and with a torso twist, I'm pretty sure he could still put shots downrange. So yeah, that looks good. With this Trebuchet, I wanted to get it into a tree line, and I meant it. Tromp, 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 tromp. Get into tree lines. A little bit of a tough decision over here. That fire starter hasn't gone. He's rolled pretty well on his initiative. Now, a lot of the enemy kind of jumped over here, so if we just sort of scoot over here, we apparently can be seen. Oh, right, this is the main thing that's blocking. if we kind of scoot this way, we can't see a damn thing. If we kind of scoot this way, the enemy doesn't have great sight lines on us, and we don't have great sight lines on them. If we scoot into here, same position, but we've got slightly better shots. Yeah, I think this is going to be okay. We're still embedded pretty deep into the woods. We've just been there to essentially attract attention, to distract the enemy. And there goes that fire starter. He wants to mess with my Ostsal. I mean, he's free to be an idiot if he wants. I'm not going to stop him. It is, for right now, a hideously enslaved country because the Draconis are awful. We've got AC-10s here. We could walk into the water and not walk back out and get shots on him. We could just walk forward one and get shots on him. We could walk forward 5, 6, and not quite get short range shots on him. We could take a hook around here and get short range shots on this fire starter. This fire starter is much, against an AC-10 shot, would penetrate any of its peripheral armor and put a nasty knock on any of its center torso stuff. He'd be well within LRM-10 range, but we could then take a secondary shot on this Phoenix Hawk that we've been bullying. I know it's splitting my fire a little bit, but I feel like that's going to be a pretty good move. And it hauls ass a bit. Commander Koby whistles to himself as he commutes to work. The Vulcan has to decide what course in life he's going to take. He's thinking about it. He's thinking back to all the decisions he's made, and he's jumping! Unfortunately, it's not off of a bridge, but it is behind most of the enemy line. So it does mean that he's going to have some difficulty being shot. Maybe he'll take out that VDET. Who knows? I mean, anything's possible in the wide, wide world of Battletech. Let's see here. PPC range is pretty fucking excellent. Can't quite get into that position, but if we scoot like this, we can get medium range on that Phoenix Hawk, or that fire starter. Just kind of, pick and choose. That seems pretty okay to me. Right, the VDET that we immobilized is down, so that is one enemy down. Or was that 2? No, that's just 1. That's the first one that we've actually managed to knock out. We've put a lot of fire on that Phoenix Hawk, but he's just stubbornly resisted death. Speaking of, so Phoenix Hawk 2, we've got 8s on. We've got, weirdly enough, 6s on the guy that's behind cover. I guess he just didn't move much. But that's not the guy I want to bully. This is. So let's keep up our policy of pleased to be bullying. Put some more zaps on him and help to weaken him up for subsequent shots. And I don't need to be building up too much heat, so I'll just leave it at that. This Wolverine here can put a large laser shot on that chump. Not a great one, though. And can't put a great shot on that guy. Super bad shot over here. We just don't have good shots in general. Maybe we've got a shot. We've got a okay-ish shot on that VDET. Well, no, it's garbage, but, we'll take what shots we have. Maybe we can track that VDET. It would be pretty nice. Over here, we're not going to see much from your flamer or medium laser, but you can help to please to be bullying. Yeah, an 8. Your ballistic specialization helps with your movement. Your general awesomeness helps deal with all of the penalties that he's got for his cover and whatnot. So rolling up to an 8, that's not bad. We'll take that. Trebuchet shots. Shots. Not going to be great on these guys because they managed to get themselves into cover. Not going to be great in general from the looks of things. mostly because of how much the attackers are. Oh wait, no, mostly because I fucking sprinted into cover. But hey, I had to get into cover somehow. Yeah, I think I'm going to decline to take any shots right now and save those missiles for later. You fucking coward. Um, over here, we've got between garbage and even more garbage shots. So may take the garbage shots as just may as well. Centurion, this is who I was counting on. With your AC-10 at medium range on this fire starter, you're looking at an 8, which is a 68% chance for you. So you can fire that, and then over on either this Prowler, not great chances on the Phoenix Hawk, okay chances on that Vedette. So we've got plenty of people already bullying the Phoenix Hawk. Let's put your missiles on that Vedette. You could fire a not terribly likely medium laser. Fuck it, it's not worth the heat. Over here, Commander, what can you help with? So that Phoenix Hawk has put himself in a position to make himself a pain in the ass. Oh, you could put so much better shots on that fire starter. Yes, Commander. Please, Commander. Zap him to pieces, Commander. Oh, hey, he's within medium range, too. Uh, we'll go ahead and put a couple medium shots on him. We're still in the water, so we can still soak 34 frickin' heat. So we put some medium lasers on him. That puts me up to 26. Another medium laser puts me up to 29. And then a LRM-10 would put me up to 33, and we would easily soak all of that. So that fire starter is taking nearly the full brunt of a angry ace pilot in a giant fuck off mech. He's gonna have a bad day. Shit shots again. Alright, that +1 from the guy having jumped. That Vedette didn't jump. That fire starter didn't jump. Let's put a shot on that Vedette and call it a day. Nah, no LRMs. Not feeling it. Let's see what happened. Enemy Vedette manages to poke at my Ossaul and popped another round into our little wiggly arm armor. Those things take a lot of hits, but that's doing their job, you know? Enemy Phoenix Hawk misses our Ossaul. Excellent. Enemy Phoenix Hawk hits our Ossaul in the right leg. Ooch, but we've got armor to spare on that. Ossaul's going to take a lot of heat this turn because it kind of put itself front and center, but that's what I was intending for it to do. Enemy Centurion whiffs, whiffs, whiffs. Excellent. Oh, fuck you very much. Zaps that Phoenix Hawk that we've been bullying right in the head. If it had been anything bigger than a heavy laser, it would have killed him immediately. Because looks like those things aren't packing full complement of armor on their head. Maybe he got popped in the head before? No, he's only got one total hit, so normally you're looking at heads having room for 3 armor, 3 internal stuff, so you need to do 12 damage to pop one. Which means you can't pop it with PPC, can't pop it with AC-10, can't pop it with large laser, so on and so forth. Looks like these Phoenix Hawks kind of undersold it. If we had done one more point of damage, we would have destroyed that head. As it is, it's a vulnerable point, although heads are not easy to hit, and we kind of jostled the pilot in there. Let's see here. Friendly Wolverine misses, not a surprise. Hermes misses, that's kind of disappointing, but it wasn't a super great shot. Prowler misses a lot, I'm down with that. Our other Wolverine misses, that's okay. Firestarter, well, tit for tat, put some shots on the head. 6 armor remaining, so it looks like we haven't maxed out the armor on the Osal's head either. Unfortunately, that means Zero is going to take a little bit of shaking, but he's fine. He's staying alive, staying alive. And the rest of its shots, all of them flames, miss. Let's see. Our Centurion unfortunately misses that shot on the fire starter, so close, but the LRM-10 manages to hit that Vedette and strips a little armor from its turret and right side, and left side. Our Stalker, pleased to be bullying Firestarter, zaps it in center torso, leaves it with 5 armor remaining, slaps it in the right leg, leaves it with 0 armor remaining. The bevy of medium laser shots miss, but they weren't terribly likely, and manages to land missile shots, which strip from the right torso, and a pop on the head. We are just seeing all kinds of headshots this turn. Only 1 damage, so he's got the 8 armor remaining. He's got the full complement, but it's gonna knock the pilot around a little bit, but he stays conscious. Weapons fire from friendly Centurion continues to be ineffectual because fucker won't move up. Vulcan manages to do some zaps. I'm actually starting to respect him and his life choices some more. Missed with the Shadowhawk, but we haven't given her a great shot yet. And that fire starter took 20 plus damage, and despite the fact that he's kind of a garbage pilot, manages to keep his feet. We got some kicks. We can actually kick this fire starter, and we've got the skill to do it. See, this is what you want to be doing in order to be kicking. If it were for the fact that this guy moved like 7 hexes, this would be guaranteed. As it is, I'm going to have, like, what, 3 plus if I miss this to stay on my feet? Yeah, fuck that. Break his legs. Snap him in 2. Right, snapped him in 2. That Firestarter got too close to a large mech and figured out why that is a terrible fucking idea. We break his leg right in half, section destroyed, damage to right torso. He is going to automatically fall on his ass. He even missed his attack. Ha ha ha. Friendly Vulcan kicked that Vedette and misses and is going to, well, actually no, he manages to keep his feet. Man, he fucking sucks, but he's doing some, like, drunken mech style nonsense. Firestarter falls down. Pilot takes another hit, still remains conscious, but he's going to be on the ground with his Firestarter legged. He can still take shots, but he's pretty close to being knocked out of this fight. All of that heat we soaked. Delicious, delicious soaked heat. Alright. Fuck you, you go first, and also all of my guys deploy. So yeah, that Firestarter's on his ass on the ground and also heated himself to pieces. We've got this Crusader, another heavy mech. This I want to deploy right here just so they can stomp up to this middle line and start laying shots on chumps. Piloted by Sheila Salami. She fucking got her mech killed. What was it? Damn it. Happy managed to get her mech plowed into garbage. But, we forgive her. We put her in a new mech. Private Pia Croak, she's got our last Wolverine. She is Dagger. Yes, Dagger. Our only green on the team. We need to put some experience on her so that she can start being credit to team. We're going to kind of put her back here. Her shots are not going to land on anyone anyway. So we're just going to have her follow up on the Hermes and just rush into battle and confuse people. Katie Tripp in this Wasp. Icicle? Icicle. She's going to be a tough one. She's in a Wasp, our lightest armored mech. And if we get that tangled into battle too much, she's liable to just get herself fucking capped. So instead, kind of put her here in the trees with the intention of zooming into the same area that the Hermes is going to go and kind of doing a flank around. And lastly, the Dervish. Still worried about it being a powder keg, but I'll go ahead and put it right here because its jump jets means that it does not give a single fuck about this water and all of this shit in the way. It'll just jump forward and get in position. Alright, Draconis, show me all of your moves. Show me your moves. You are fucking putting that Vulcan in a pain box. Unfortunately, that Vulcan is under the command of Captain Koby, and so it is not going to go into your pain box. It is going to be nice and safe in a non-pain box. Alright, Dizzy, what's your shot this turn? Firestarter's prone on the ground. It didn't move, but it's still active, so it's not going to be a complete chump to hit. Our original plan was to kind of move into these trees, which it looks like we're going to be a little short of. I guess I didn't quite put that perfectly. No, I probably needed to have moved up one more. Well, that still gets me some shots on this guy that we're bullying, and puts me in some fair cover, and I move a shitload. It exposes me to a lot of potential return fire, but they're currently all kind of pointed at the Vulcan. But hopefully, once that Vulcan jumps, because I've ordered him to go later, he'll be out of the way, but then they might torso twist and all kind of blast in this direction. Yeah, I don't know if I want to expose my pretty lightly armored medium mech to that, so instead, change of plans. If you just kind of power forward, you still can't quite get to short range on that fire starter. Yeah, not quite, not quite. Um, no way to finagle that, but that means that you can just kind of go out to 6, and on next turn when you move forward 6, you'll definitely get range on him. So just stick in the medium range for right now. Right there, well, actually, right there you can still be seen by a bunch of goons. So let's back things up, back things up. Here you can only be seen by so many goons, but you don't move a shitload, so that's not great. What if... Yeah, we kind of move like that. You can still be seen by some goons, but in medium, you've got range on the fire starter, and you could also plug away at some other targets too. That seems reasonable. All right, happy. You are happy to get into the fight. So, all steam forward. You're mostly a short range mech apart from those LRMs that you got, and even those you're not going to get any great targets on. So just steam forward. Your job is to try to close with the enemy as soon as possible. Over here, our Centurion could either pick on this fire starter, or we actually will be able to get some shots on that Phoenix Hawk we were bullying. If we kind of move like this, we'll even be able to get shots that are at medium range and do not have to worry about cover. And we're not going to get any better than that. We should move one more to make sure that we get that penalty to hit us, though. The Centurion is a pretty heavily armored mech, so not overly worried about it taking too much return fire. It can weather a bit. God, that Phoenix Hawk is just stripped. I want to see this fucker. Jesus, look at that. His right arm's gone. His left arm's down to 1. His head has been popped and is down to 1. He is effectively, we've shaved off the top half of him, and yet left his and then sheared off the front side of him. It's fucking ridiculous that this asshole is still alive despite all of the bullying. But maybe we can finally put his ass in the dirt. Let's make this the last hurrah of the Phoenix Hawk. Over here, getting trebuchet shots on target is a matter of probably scooting up a bit. If we scoot up a little bit, we don't have to take that rubble. If we scoot up just a little bit, we're almost in perfect range of just bullying that fire starter. In fact, that one more move is worth it, because that means that it'll effectively cancel out the penalty with how much closer it is. So we're going to put a lot of LRMs on that fire starter and hope that that crits it to death, instead of just blowing up its center torso. So we'll leave that fire starter to hog and focus on other targets with other people. Who do we have moving now? Jesus, it's just such a fucking uh, pilot-rich environment right now. Dagger surging forward. This wasp My plan was always just kind of crossing the field, move fast, cross the field, get into cover. That's not perfect. That's not actually cover you're in right there, though. You are honestly just about as safe as you can be if you kind of scoot over her. Maybe if you scooted her, yeah, there, you're about as safe as you can be. And let's face it, you're just kind of watching this time. I'm really tired of exposing my 20-ton mechs to unnecessary fire. Ost's all over here. We could leave him right here to poke this fire starter. Or could... I bet he could make that check. But alternatively, he could just embed himself. But the cover from this would be great because I bet nearly all of these guys would have to fucking deal with it. And that would move me fast. We're 4 hexes away. That would put us at... On the other hand, I've kind of gone a little hard with this guy a lot. I think I might be getting a bit overzealous. So alternatively, if I just turn this way and back up a little bit, it'll give the enemy harder shots. So just turn, back up a bit, give the enemy some more difficult shots because you'll be at longer range. You can still put some pretty good shots on this Prowler and maybe knock that the fuck out. Who am I moving now? Oh, right, Shadowhawk. PPCs. What do I want to put the PPCs on? I want to put the PPCs on this guy and bully him. I can close to bullying range, and I'm not too worried about taking shots at the Phoenix Hawk. We've got plenty of armor left on him. No, wait, on her, because that's piloted by Small. Dervish over here, I was going to jump him. I jumped him. They jumped. And lastly, this Wolverine with Sassy. Well, not lastly, we've got another Wolverine. Jesus. So much movement this turn. I think, yeah, since we are kind of giving them a target-rich environment to work on, I'm not going to fret too much about how much I'm currently throwing at them. So move, move up, move fast. See if you can't get some good bully targets. Boop. The commander emerges from the sea. He needs a 3. He's fine. He's a professional, folks. Oh dear. Well, do I stay in the middle of Death Pit or do I move? Decisions. Well, he moved out of the middle of Death Pit. My opinion of this guy grows turn by turn. It's like he was on autopilot, and then all of a sudden he went into this fugue state where he was just remembering all of the last transmissions that he heard from X company, most of which were, "No, you stupid fucking idiot," and also realized that those transmissions were currently coming from his comm, and he went like, oh shit, it's happening again," and then he turns, veers wildly to the left in order to avoid getting destroyed. This is one Lyran I can respect. Is this? Yes, fuck yes, it's Galong. He is the hero that the Lyran Commonwealth deserves. Anyway, let's charge out of these woods and see if we can't just make these guys shit their pants. I'm gonna go kick this Prowler in the ass. That sounds funny to me. I think that we just fucking outnumber them heavily. Now is the time to fucking stomp up on them and show them that we aren't afraid of their guns. So we got an AC5 here. We could pop at the Centurion and get a pretty good shot on him. We wouldn't have a follow-up medium laser or a flamer, but, you know, we could do that. We could also pop at this Prowler and see if we couldn't knock it out. I think I want to take out this Centurion. soften him up a little bit more. Over here, this Crusader is not going to have any great shots. The Centurion didn't move much, so we've got some okay shots on him. We don't have a lot of heat soaking on this Crusader. That's one of its problems, but it does have enough heat to essentially use one of its dual linked weapon systems each turn. So this turn we're going to use the two LRM-15s, Foosh and Foosh. Centurion here, well, I wanted him to please to be bullying this Phoenix Hawk, and he's certainly making a nuisance of himself. He jumped, he moved 5 to 6 hexes, he ran, I ran, well, that was my own damn fault, plus medium range, but, right, twisting, do the twist. Uh, the ACT, both the LRM-10, we're looking at like a 30% chance to hit, and we can fire the medium laser, but it's just not worth it. Alternatively, God, that's such a better shot. You know what? I am pleased to be bullying this Phoenix Hawk, but an opportunity has presented itself in the Centurion. I think this turn we're just going to try to ruin this guy's day. We had problems with splitting fire before, but we just don't have any great shots on this Phoenix Hawk that I've seen yet, because he makes himself such a fucking nuisance. But the Centurion made himself vulnerable, and if we just fucking lay into him, yeah, we can do that too. That'll be great. Put me 2 over. 2 over is fine. This Trebuchet was going to try to crit kill this fire starter. So a bunch of LRMs downrange should help achieve that. This Wolverine just, unfortunately, probably is not going to have great shots no matter what. Yeah. Yeah. Because, unfortunately, this is my green pilot, Dagger, and she needs a lot of work. She's a fixer-upper. Let's go ahead and put that downrange. It won't hit, but, pretend like you're helping. Jeez. You just can't do anything. I'm sorry. That's not your job. Over here, this Ostsal, I backed him up specifically because he was taking some damage on his armor wings. So let's do what I planned on doing and zap this Prowler and see if we can't knock out its treads. Is it even worthwhile? No, we've kind of been steadily building up heat because I've been firing each turn. We're only at 3. No penalties at 3, but we may have to take a cooldown turn next turn. Over here, we were within pleased to be bullying range of that Phoenix Hawk, but there has been a change of plans. We are now pleased to be bullying the Centurion. So put a PPC on him and also your LRM-5. Oh god, this guy is going to light up like fucking Christmas Day. We've got LRM-10s from this Dervish that we can put on that Centurion. They're not great shots, but, don't want to feel left out. This Wolverine, pretty good large laser shot. We'll do that. No other shots, sadly, so, whatever. And the boss. He's got large laser shots on that Centurion. That poor damn Centurion. Just fucking... even if the pilot doesn't die from this mech exploding out from under him, he's probably going to just get fucking melted like a burrito in a microwave from all of the laser that's coming in right now. Just keep dishing it out, keep dishing it out. We could also just put some shots on this fire starter in case those missiles aren't enough. So, why not? We can do one more and still be heat neutral. So yeah, that'll be hilarious. Alternatively, instead of that last laser, we could put an SRM-6 on him. In fact, instead of those last 2 lasers, these seek crits So we'll do a little bit of crit seeking, pop, 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 along with those LRM crit seekers, pop, 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 and see if we can't crit him to death. So we'll see how that turns out. Uh, so the Centurion or this Prowler? Prowler, pretty accurate. Centurion, even more accurate, apparently. I guess that Centurion just stood fucking still. I don't know, man. Yeah, I guess he just he ran to, but ran to nowhere. I don't. Well, okay. I guess he just went like that. No idea. No idea. But he's exposed. Put lasers on him, and at this point, you've actually got SRMs that you can land on that sucker. So go ahead and give him the old razzle dazzle with some SRMs, and well, actually, yeah, pull it back, get a medium laser in there, and then SRMs. And by then, his armor should have just been fucking whittled down to fucking nothing, and the SRM-6 could crit kill him. Let's see what happens to this guy. Okay, VDET from an enemy VDET's firing at Babe. Babe can take it. She's tough. Enemy fire starter fires a medium laser and misses. Good. Enemy VDET lands another fucking AC5 on Babe. Okay, I should start taking out those VDETs. I'm doing it again. Enemy Centurion misses all of its shots. That's excellent. He actually had some pretty good shots. Our enemy Phoenix Hawk misses. Enemy Prowler misses. Our Hermes lands that AC5 shot on the Centurion, the first of many. Crusader unfortunately misses those LRM-15 shots, but hey, they weren't great shots. Our Centurion Sharpshooter manages to land that AC-10 right on the left torso of the enemy Centurion and exposes his left torso. I can't remember which one of these torso bits is carrying the ammo. Ooh boy. LRM-10s land and medium laser misses. Oh no, both of those miss. Our friendly Trebuchet manages to land some LRM-15s into that fire starter on the ground, but misses its other one. That's unfortunate. But, 50% chance, roughly. So, but all 15 missiles hit on that LRM-15, so full damage spread, stripping off a shitload of armor. Friendly Wolverine misses with its large laser, wasn't likely to hit. Both of our large laser shots from the Osal miss. That's unfortunate. I was hoping for a track from that. Our Shadow Hawk misses with PPC and LRM-5. I thought that we scheduled you for more range time, Small. I thought that that's what we did. We did do that, right? You were paying attention, right? You actually did this and didn't just falsify your record, right? Enemy Centurion continues to be doggedly useless. Our friendly Dervish manages to miss. Friendly Wolverine misses. Captain Koby comes in with bullying on the Centurion, and oh shit, it was in the left torso. Oh god. He zaps it right in that LRM ammo. It explodes. 60 damage. 60 damage channels through the mech, straight to the center torso, blows up the left torso, blows up the center torso. The LRM-10 damage, LRM-10 ammo in the center left torso explodes also, takes 120 damage to its left and center torso, and blows the fuck out of it. The enemy pilot manages to eject, but that tore the fuck out of that Centurion. That's okay. It's just spare parts. That's fine. And then he fired a bunch of medium lasers on the fire starter, stripped off more of its armor in its right torso, stripped off more of its armor in its center torso, leaving 0, and then fired a bunch of SRM-6s. 4 missiles hit, pop, crits on its jump jets, pop, pop, crits on its right torso, crits on its machine gun, and oops, crit on its machine gun ammo in its right torso, kaboom. See, this is why you don't carry around machine gun ammo. Okay, so when an ammo bin explodes, every remaining ammo in the bin, you calculate all the damage that it could have possibly done, and then deal that to the mech's internal structure. And if there's any remaining damage, that damage keeps channeling inward, but ignores armor, it keeps hitting the internal structure. There's a lost tech item, case, cellular ammo storage, something, that says that, after destroying the current section, it just blows it all out the back of the mech, no worries. But we don't have that yet. So instead, we have blown the fuck out of this. This is why machine gun ammo is kind of a raw deal, because you carry 200 rounds of it in a single ton, but that means since each machine gun shot does 2 damage, ton for damage, it is the most explosive thing you can possibly carry in your entire damn mech loadout. It just goes off like crazy. Now, granted, not many mechs can survive an ammunition explosion without case regardless, because the damage is just fucking ridiculous. It's in the 60s, and it's all against internal structure. But hey, that's live and learn, because Joan Calderon did live. He managed to eject. But that is 2 enemy mechs that we've knocked out this turn. We knocked out an enemy tank earlier, so we just have to knock one more thing out of the fight. Hopefully that Phoenix Hawk that we were bullying. And I'm going to take a kick against this guy. 3 is my base. That should be fine to recover even if we miss. Crunch. We do some motive system damage by kicking it in the ass. So it should be in a good position to be finished up at some point. Took a little bit of heat that turn, but totally worth it. The only stuff that the enemy has on the board left is one severely bullied Phoenix Hawk and one pretty fresh one. And also all their tanks. Once again, they have to move pretty much everything. The only thing I have to move before their Phoenix Hawk 1 is my Dervish. So what's the move, Lyrans? How are you going to handle this catastrophe? You frickin' coward. Okay. The pleased to be bullying Phoenix Hawk is trying to move the hell out of my way. And I bet that the other Phoenix Hawk will also be a coward, so we might have to finish this off by just picking a vehicle to bully and letting that super damaged Phoenix Hawk get away. I'll try to get it, but can't make any promises, unfortunately. Although, that said, can I get some good LRM 10 shots on it with this Dervish? I might be able to do that. Yeah, I can get some okay LRM 10 shots on it with this Dervish. Let's scoot up. Zoop. That other Phoenix Hawk hid even further back. Can I get some large laser shots on that Phoenix Hawk? Can I get some good ones? Actually, no, I absolutely cannot get some good ones because this is my Rook. So we'll get some ones. How much did this guy jump? He jumped 4 for mod of 2. So that means a total mod of 3 since he jumped. He doesn't actually have any cover in this direction. It's just this woods that's kind of blocking me. So I could expose myself to a fair amount of fire, but sort of swing around here. Now, I actually don't need to put a hell of a lot on this Phoenix Hawk. Since I am in a position to actually finish up any one of these, if I put just a moderate amount on that Phoenix Hawk to try to finally put him in the ground, say just a lance's worth over here, the rest of my guys I should pretty much focus on vehicles and try to take out a couple of them. One of the things I could do, for instance, well, that's a bit weird, but I could go like this. And that doesn't expose my back to this VDET, but it does allow me to kick this Prowler again, and I would have some pretty close range shots on him. So we should probably dedicate like
a lance to this Prowler, a lance to that Phoenix Hawk, and a lance to this Vidette. See what we can take home. That seems pretty reasonable. So the big question is, can you get shots on this Phoenix Hawk and good ones? Because you can help me finalize him pretty easily. So at 4 movement, you can get him into medium range, and medium range for LRMs. You won't be able to get closer than that, and this is a straight shot. You are going to be dedicated to taking out that Phoenix Hawk, so that's Pugs helping out in that. This Vulcan's probably going to help me with this Prowler. Glad to have you. So I've got, who else do I want on this Phoenix Hawk? I don't know if I can put Happy on him. Happy's just not going to move fast enough. I don't think I'll be able to put Bullseye, Captain Koby on him. And I don't think I'll be able to put the Osal on him because he's just not in great range. I could put the Hermes 2 on him, and that should be okay. So instead, let's... The Stalker and Osal are going to hit this Prowler. So let's put you towards trying to hit this Vidette. So if you move forward 2, you're going to be able to hit that Vidette. If you move forward 5, you'll be able to hit everything on the board, and I'll get confused about what you're supposed to hit, but it means that you'll be harder to target. So, zoop. This Wolverine, I definitely want trying to hit this Vidette, I believe. If I kind of duck into cover, I don't really need cover. I just need to get eyes on that Vidette. Can I get close enough to get within medium laser range? Yes, and in fact, I can get within short, large laser range. That works out for me. This Oathstall is going to work on this Prowler. I don't know. Well, actually, yes, can get within short range of that Prowler. Tromp, tromp, tromp. This Hermes I wanted on that Phoenix Hawk. Can I get him within that AC5's short range? Maybe. No, does not look like it. Unless... No. Yeah, can't get within the short range, so just accept the medium range. But I bet that that's going to come with some blockage. And if I just run flat out, this shot looks pretty clear. I don't think that there's going to be any... Oh, there actually definitely could be cover considered there. Can you kind of get down here? No, that may not work as well as I thought. Okay, in that case, change of plans. I can put the Shadow Hawk, or the Shadow Hawk on that Phoenix Hawk, and have the Hermes come up to help with that Vidette. You definitely can get within short range of the Vidette, so yeah, that's the plan. Over here, the Commander has no chance of getting his medium lasers online, and can get his large lasers online. So, you know, take what we can get. This Crusader, just get as close as you can, but I think the best you're going to get is your LRM-15s on a target. You just kind of arrived a little late to the party. Let's see here. Yep, running would be worthwhile. I'm pretty sure that'll get you a pretty clear shot on that Prowler, or that Vidette, so. Trebuchet has LRMs. I think by moving up he can get good shots on either the Prowler or the Vidette. And lastly, the Wasp. I just kind of want to still keep you in cover. Sorry, but you're just too sensitive to damage right now. We'll get you in a good mix someday, I promise. Over here, we wanted to put some LRM punishment onto this Phoenix Hawk. Not great shots, but we're taking what shots we have available. Over here, we wanted to do the same with this Wolverine. Ugh, we actually can't hit him with this Wolverine. We could barely hit that guy. Right, the greenie. Well, put that shot down range. It won't hit, but you know, we've put something on you. And it'll probably be another change of plans. And I could twist and instead no, actually I can't get on that target. So you know what? Nope, we are just bullying this Prowler. Going to give it 2 medium lasers and an SRM6 that will proc a bunch of crits. Centurion over here, you were my ace in the hole to help take this guy out. Your AC 10 does a lot of damage, LRM 10 does a lot of damage. You are just outside of that medium range, but that means that you could probably just go ahead and put an extra zap down range over here or here. Put on the Prowler, zap. This Shadow Hawk, I wanted to put that on the Phoenix Hawk. Not a great shot, but I'll take it. Over here, this Wolverine I was going to put on the Prowler. Although, the two that well, okay. The big load of shots that I got coming in from this Wolverine might be enough to do that on its own. I could go for this Vedette instead. Nah, put one more on him. Put one more on him at least. So we'll do, is he within? So 72% chance versus 241s. The 72 is way more likely. We'll put that shot on him and see if we can't land this 41% for some more crit builds. The Ostsol was going to be targeting that Vedette, that Prowler, but I think that it's taken care of. Instead, we could scum pretty good shots on that Vedette, or some crazy shots on that one. Yeah, that's not happening. Let's put some zaps on this Vedette. And actually need to take it a little easy because we've been heating up too much the last couple of turns. So a pair of medium lasers downrange, and your heat should... Actually, let's just do the two. Get so that I can do my large lasers again. AC5 over here, we can guaranteed hit. Guaranteed hit on this Vedette. Well, I'll take that. And then send a medium laser downrange for less guaranteed, but you know, a decently likely hit. Over here, we were never going to be able to get, well, actually, we can, kind of. We can put a decent shot on that or a way certain shot on that. And your short range stuff isn't likely to hit, so your Commander Koby, let's split the difference. We'll put a zap downrange here, and, or actually, so this thing's getting hit in the ass a bunch. I think that it's actually fine. Instead, we should, since we're hitting that Vedette mostly on its front arc, we'll want to put some extra zaps downrange to help melt stuff off of its turret and front armor, and then some LRM-10s to try to proc crits. Over here, this Crusader just was always going to have a tough time. It's just a question of which one of these we want to go proc a bunch of crits on. I think the Vedette it's still going to be the tougher cookie to crack because it's on its front arc. Over here, the Trebuchet can pick its targets. We've now put enough on the Vedette, I think. We'll put some fire on the Prowler. I could take those shots, but I don't really feel it's necessary. And lastly, sorry. Alright, enemy Vedet manages to peck some more armor off of Babe. Babe is once again a center of attention, and not really in a good way, but her mech is designed to take that kind of attention. Another Vedet pops at her. She loses a bit more armor, but nothing's gotten into her internal structure yet. The Prowler manages to miss Babe on both of its shots. Excellent. Our Dervish actually manages to land another missile onto that Phoenix Hawk, but not into internals yet. That thing just keeps living. Uh, Dagger, unfortunately missing. Babe, however, is coming in and immobilizes the Prowler, and then just kind of savages it and blows it the fuck up. So, we destroyed it when we didn't have to, but fuck it. Fuck that thing. It's just more salvage, and in fact, I may just leave it on the field for counting up some additional salvage to get back to neutral with my boss. I've been kind of pissing him off with how much I've been stealing recently. Our Centurion manages to land another damn shot on that damn Phoenix Hawk that just keeps damn living. This is the Hawk that lived. It is insane how much damage this thing has taken and is still kicking. It's ridiculous. LRM-10 misses, unfortunately, and so does the medium laser on the... Well, okay, that's already dead. No one cares. Friendly Prowler manages to also hit that... or Friendly Vulcan manages to also hit that Prowler, but it's already dead at this point. No one cares. Come on, Small. I know these aren't the best shots in the world, but you're really gonna have to step up to the plate, okay? Gonna have to do some extra work to impress me. Sassy manages to land a shot on that Prowler that we already killed. Our Ostsal does some motive system damage to that Vedet that we picked as a secondary target. We didn't double up though, so no extra damage. Our Hermes manages, with Dizzy in it, of course gets that automatic hit that he needed, but also a medium laser shot. Our boss with the Stalker misses, unfortunately, with his large laser and LRM-10, but those weren't super likely shots anyway, and he manages to get one, which stripped nearly all the front armor off of that Vedet, so it's kind of exposed. Hey! Looks like Happy managed to kill something, and is happy about it. Got that missile in on its right side, a through armor critical, destroyed the engine, and rendered it immobile. That means it's going to be more or less intact. So we can just also let our boss take that home. And a little bit more damage. So, at this point, that fucking thing is still alive. But what we have done is we've taken out a Firestarter, took out a Centurion, took out a Prowler, and took out a Vedet over here, and that means that we've destroyed half of the enemy force. They're done. At this point, that's /victory, but we get to press them for one more turn. And that press is go bully that Phoenix Hawk. Bully him right now. Bully him so hard his children feel it. Do not let him get away. If you can close ranks with him, do so. Just get up on him. I don't want him leaving. It is embarrassing that he's still alive. He is an insult to all of mech kind with how fucking trashed he is. Get up there and ruin his day. Go, go, go as fast as you can. See, this guy's got the right idea. Galang Jopazoso also recognizes that this sucker doesn't deserve to be alive. He is a zombie and must be treated as such. He has to be quarantined for the good of all of mankind. We'll be bringing the AC-10 in on him. I may share a little bit with that other Phoenix Hawk. And in fact, if we back up a little bit, that other Phoenix Hawk would be in perfect zapping distance. But if we go forward, then that guy we're bullying. Okay, yeah, Centurion's gonna go on the guy we're bullying, because Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. This guy. This guy. Look at him. Fucking look at him. His left torso is savage. His right torso and center torso have taken nothing in the center, and he's barely taken anything on his center torso right here. He has like
I don't want to say 16, 17 to start with there, and thus it's just not taken many shots. He's exposed all over his damn ass. It's just, it's stupid that he's still alive. I can't, I can't take it. It's an insult. Speaking of insults, you need to move up so that you can get a shot on these guys. By running, you would be able to get them in short range, and so that is what you are going to do. The boss is going to have to chug a chug, but I don't know if he'll be able to get anything in range. Unfortunately, he definitely wouldn't like that because of tree cover. Over like this, he wouldn't because of range. I mean, he'd at least still get an LRM 10 off, so that's unfortunately looking like his best option. Would he be able to see from back here? Yes, it looks like he would be able to see from back here, so that at least saves him the running penalty. Right, left, right, left. Unfortunately, no reason for you to run because you can only get them within your medium LRM range anyway. Or actually, could you? You could, but that's not going to be good shots. So yeah, just scoot up here. This Hermes is going to be able to get me some good shots, right? You've got an AC5. You can't quite get within medium range like that. But I bet, well, I guess I'm wrong, but I bet, haha, you can get within short range of this guy if you just stand on the rubble, and I bet you can make that rubble roll. So get into that rubble. You are fine. Trebuchet. Need to get his missiles on target. I can get missiles on both of them, easy. Have to go through some cover, but I think that's... So the question is, do I want to put more missiles on this guy or more missiles on... Just... Okay. Gotta be realistic. Don't need to put that much fire on this poor bastard. Back it up a notch. Put some good fire on this guy. We'll soften him up with somebody. And bring you in for some more crit procs. Over here, how much can you move up on these guys? You can definitely get within range of your mediums, and you can get within short range of this guy. So do that. Get within short range of this guy, and you be someone that we can put some lasers down range on him with. This is last turn, so smoke him if you got him. Dump all your heat, just put everything down range. Unfortunately, you are going to suck no matter what. Let's just be honest with ourselves. You can get within medium of this guy, just that's the best you're going to... Oh, right. No, we're not doing that. You can't get within... Yes, you can still get within medium by doing this. Crusader, even going flat out, isn't going to be able to get into its short range, so once again we'll be relying on its LRMs to do some work. And really, moving into this position is just a matter of trying to avoid penalties for intervening terrain. Over here, we weren't going to be able to enter this forest. We could jump jet for 5, but just get it up in the same place. So that's going to be their best move, unfortunately, Sassy. Sorry. Yep, the VDET is abandoned. That means we've taken out 5 of these bastards. 3 of them left. You son of a bitch. Okay, so choices, choices. You're the closest one to this guy, this Phoenix Hawk. You've got 7s to hit him. You also have 7s to hit this guy, and you're kind of pointing at his back armor, so you've got a good chance to start hitting him in the rear and maybe crit proc. I'm going to take more of the risk with you, since this guy is so stripped on all sides that any hits on him are going to start doing crit procs. So since you're in a good position, I'm going to use you for that position. Now,
double checking my heat totals. 8 plus 6, 14, plus 4, 18, would put me at 17. Consulting my Battletech heat chart, a 17 would be one short of a, or no, two short of a ammo explosion risk. We would be at shutdown risk, and we would be, wait, hang on, this is the wrong chart. Here's the right chart. Yeah, we would still be well short. Hang on, quick check, double check that. 6, 14, 18, we've already got 3, so 21. 21, we would risk a potential ammo explosion. There's no way that that's worthwhile. So instead, large laser would strip a lot of its armor. Large laser 8, medium laser 11, SRM 15 puts me at 18. That's only 4 over. Wait, did I totally miscalculate that? Hang on. 14, 18. No, I got that right. So, yeah, 8 plus 3, 11, 15, bring me up to 18. 18 is a shutdown risk, but it's not an ammo explosion risk. It's one short of an ammo explosion risk. So that's what we're going to be doing. We are running hot this turn. We're putting some zaps. We're putting some zaps. We're putting some fooshes. Yup, 18. Missiles away. The Centurion, you are going to help me finalize this son of a bitch. Put your AC-10 downrange, put your LRM on him, put your medium laser on him. Actually, the way you want to do that is AC-10, medium laser, hello cat, LRM-10. The Shadowhawk. Quick check on this guy's well-being. 10 damage. 10 damage to several spaces would wound him but not destroy him. But we've already potentially got 10 damage coming in from the Centurion. Instead, putting 10 damage on this Phoenix Hawk over here. Quick check, what's your piloting? It's okay. 10 damage on this Phoenix Hawk over here would expose a lot, potentially expose some of his systems. Well, it would soften him up. Yeah, they started with 23. It could potentially expose the leg. Yeah, I think that we need to kind of save any small proccing, crit proccing for over here. Any raw damage we dump on this guy. So we get your weapons online, get that PPC in the air, and I guess I didn't maneuver that. Oh wait, yeah, I pushed up real close to get the PPC in. That's alright, whatever, dump it all. Dump it all. Dump everything. We were out of large laser shot range for the boss, sadly. But those LRM-10s can do exactly what I described. They can go for crit proccing. He doesn't have great shots because of the intervening woods, but fug it. What you gonna do? Over here, the Dervish can land some LRM-10s. Those are crit proccers, so in they go. Over here, this AC-5 can just do a nice little lump of damage, so we will put that on target, and can we get that medium laser on target? We can. Not a great shot, but we'll take it. Let's see, the Trebuchet. I had put LRM-15s right on this guy. I could also put some medium lasers on him. Do a quick counting of heat. Gotta stay below 8. Gotta stay below 19. That's the important part. So, want to fire both of these. That's going to put me at 15. And so, one of these will put me at 18. So, we can fire one zap, and then both of these LRM-15s,
That puts me at 18 exactly. Does it make the check before or after you? Oh, it probably totally makes the check after you sink heat. Whatever. Whatever. Over here, you are going to put some highly accurate zaps on this guy. That puts you at 2 over. Oh yeah, it would totally check it afterwards. What am I thinking? What the hell am I thinking? Yeah, just put more zaps on this bastard. I have no idea what I was thinking. I could have gotten more shots off. Over here, you're just not going to get good shots no matter what. Just, you've got only one shot. Fucking take it. Whatever. Crusader over here was only going to get its LRM-15 shots. Those are crit proccers, so put those downrange. And I think this is the last one that's going to matter because the Wasp over here doesn't have any shots. So actually, and you can't see that guy. So well, that makes that real easy. Zap, zap, zap. Not gonna bother with the SRM6. It's no, I'm gonna bother with it. Fuck it, send it downrange. I'm sorry, you don't matter. Oh baby. Okay, stay focused. Phoenix Hawk. We gets missed. It misses us. Excellent. Vedette still picking on Babe, but still pinking off her armor. She's still got plenty of it. Phoenix Hawk misses. Now it's our turn. Large laser strips off some armor on that one Phoenix Hawk, the fresh one, on its rear. Unfortunately, we didn't hit anything in its rear arc. Looks like we were just doing left side. Friendly Vulcan zaps that weak Phoenix Hawk in the head and blows it the hell up. That guy is fucking dead. Otojiro Kozawa, fuck you for surviving so long. Now, unfortunately, we're going to render the rest of this mech into a crumbly bit of piss, probably, but, you know, that's the price we pay. We've zapped it, let's see. Yeah, destroyed that. We crunched a bit of its right torso, and got into internal structure. It's getting fucked up. Huh. Well, I guess maybe what we have to do is just keep uh, pissing off Small, and then she just gets mad and takes an accurate shot. So what I was talking about earlier, those Shadow Hawks, or that Phoenix Hawk, just not having full head armor, really came back to bite it in the ass. It got hit by a PPC, and that PPC destroyed the head. And so Abina Baha is melted. She is no more. These two mechs are out of action, and all of this other damage we're doing, which may destroy it, doesn't really matter. In fact, we didn't destroy it. Those are two still salvageable mechs. Well, excellent. So, we achieved all victory conditions. What went well on that one? Well, to be honest, we kind of had the upper hand on that one the whole time. We outgunned them significantly, especially when our reinforcements started pouring in. They managed to delay us a little bit, and they've definitely put a bit of damage on on a fair number of our mechs, but nothing critical, nothing that's really going to tell true. It might delay our Ostsol repairs a little bit because it did get into critical on its little arm nubs, but we don't care about those. We'll just slap some more armor over it and repair the arm nub damage as best we can. It's we This was just a stomp, and there was really nothing else to it. Uh, we did do some good work splitting our fire. We are once again kind of being punished for do get a little bit punished for ignoring the vehicles, but the problem is we actually profited by that this time. Now granted, one of those pieces of profit due to a super lucky shot, PPC shot straight on the head by a pilot who missed every other fucking shot that round every damn time. Small, but if you can deliver a headshot that kills a pilot as your final shot in each match, I'll be pretty happy. That is an okay deal by me. But yeah, excellent match. It's a good start. we didn't even lose any of our allies. One of them, I now have a lot of respect, much love for whatever the hell his name was, and he is the only Lyran I now respect. I mean, other than the ones that are in the company, but he's the only Lyran in this force I now respect. So props to him. Hopefully, he's looking for a job later. And the other guy at least realized that everyone who ran forward constantly blew up, so he decided to hang back a bit. Just like that crab that didn't do anything during that crater fight. Well, anyway, at least that's attack I can accept. That the Lyrans are just understanding that when they run forward, they explode. And hopefully, with that, we can get a couple more good missions in, re-earn the uh, respect of our boss, and maybe head home with a successful contract, but I'm still not really banking on it. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time.